Hey guys, what's going on? Time for a commentary again. And as you can see by the title, I'm going to talk about what really ruins Call of Duty. And I know everybody's got their opinions, everybody's got their 2 cents. You might think it's the movement mechanics that are ruining it, you know, with the boost jumping and all that stuff. You might think it's the futuristic settings. You might think it's the lag or the hit detection. You might think it's the supply drops that ruin the series. Everybody's got their own opinion of what really has ruined, quote unquote, Call of Duty. But I'm here to tell you basically what my opinion is, and I'll preface this by basically saying that my opinion is not always the most popular one, but it is the most honest one and probably one of the most logical and truthful ones. Whether you like to hear it or not, the thing that's really ruining Call of Duty, unfortunately, is the community. And I hate to even say that because it sucks. I'm part of this community, and I'm proud to be a part of the Call of Duty community. I love the Call of Duty community, but I think the Call of Duty community is what's driving this franchise down the freaking hill. And the reason I say this is because people keep asking for things and demanding things that they aren't even sure they want, or they don't even know what they want. And the reason I say this is because I left a comment on I believe it was one of Drifter's videos recently, where he was talking about Modern Warfare Remastered or something like that. I can't remember which video it was, but I left a comment basically talking about what I'm talking about in this video. So the Call of Duty community has no idea what they want, and they're the ones that are driving this franchise down. And I got a lot of positive comments on my comment. A lot of people saying, I agree with you, well said, you know, I couldn't have said it better myself, all those types of comments. And I thought, you know what? I was going to make a video about this before, but I thought I'd be like basically stabbed for it and people would hit the dislike button. But since I got so much positive reassurance there, I thought I'd make this video and basically talk about it with you guys. Feel free to dislike this video if you don't agree with me. That's perfectly fine. Everybody's got their own, you know, opinions and stuff, and I'm not against that at all. That's perfectly fine. But the way I see it is, Call of Duty was on a very linear path from Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, all the way through to Ghosts. It was on a very linear path where every game was basically, give or take, a reskin of the last game. And each game was doing very well, but around the time Modern Warfare 3 launched, you had Modern Warfare, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, then Modern Warfare 3. So you had, what was that, 5 or 6 games before Modern Warfare 3. People were getting bored of it, is what I'm trying to say. They were starting to get bored of this same repetitious type of deal, year in and year out, and there was a demand for change. There was a demand for innovation. And I mean, the developers tried to innovate in small, subtle ways, like being able to peek around corners and the whole dolphin dive thing that was in Black Ops, and you know, knee slides and things like that. They introduced new game modes. Kill Confirm got introduced. Cranked got introduced. Uplink got introduced. Actually, Uplink wasn't until Advanced Warfare. But anyways, they're trying to innovate. They're trying to bring more to the table without changing the core formula, and it just wasn't good enough for people. People complained about these games nonstop. They didn't want the same rehashed Call of Duty year in and year out. So the developers finally started taking note of this, and they said, you know what? We're going to give them a change. We're going to innovate this series so much that they're going to love it, and they're going to embrace this new direction Call of Duty's going. And, you know, it was supposed to be a big positive movement for the franchise. Meanwhile, outside of Call of Duty, you have games like Titanfall, which is getting huge praise, saying it's going to be the Call of Duty killer and all this stuff. You got, you know, a lot of hype for Destiny, which is a futuristic space kind of game. You got, you know, obviously Halo's huge. People are all into Halo. So it didn't seem theoretically like a bad idea for Call of Duty to kind of go that direction, to kind of inch towards that type of direction. So they did. And they did it because the community asked for it. No, sorry, scratch that. The community demanded it. The community literally demanded, change this game, make it better, make it different, or else F you, are not buying it anymore. So they did. And they introduced Advanced Warfare with the exosuits. And at very first, when the game was very first revealed, I think people were very receptive to it. They kind of liked it. They were interested in this new mechanic. And wow, it looks kind of like fun. And some people were like, oh, it's a ripoff of this or ripoff of that. But for the most part, people were generally into it. Then they got their hands on it, and they started to complain about it. But the thing that makes Advanced Warfare no different than any other Call of Duty is that regardless if it has exosuits or not, people complain about it when they get their hands on it. Every single Call of Duty, from Modern Warfare all the way up until Black Ops 3 right now, people complain about it, whether it's the movement mechanics, the time frame the game takes place in, the perks, the weapons, the lag, anything. It doesn't matter. The game modes, it could be anything. People will bitch about it and people will hate on it, and they'll consistently hate on it all year long until the next Call of Duty comes out, and now that the hate train shifts to the next track. They go to that Call of Duty and they hate on that all year, and they'll praise the ones before that because people have selective memories and they'll only remember the good times, right? That's why when people are talking about Modern Warfare and they're like, yeah, it's the best Call of Duty ever, man, it's so good, it's so awesome. It's because when you think back to Call of Duty or Modern Warfare, COD 4, all you're thinking about really is all the times you slayed, all the times you got, you know, those quick scopes and those huge streaks and did all that cool stuff and trick shots or whatever it might be. Those are the times you're thinking of. You're not thinking about the times where you were raging and squeezing your controller so tight that you crack the plastic because you're dying over and over again. You're not thinking about the lag or the hit detection issues. You're not thinking about getting owned by overpowered weapons. You're not thinking about martyrdom or last stand like I talked about in my other video. You're not thinking about that stuff. You're thinking about the good stuff only. So yeah, it's easy to praise the older CODs because there's the good memories that keep coming back. Even for COD like last year, people are saying Advanced Warfare was way better than Black Ops 3. Like, I'm not saying everybody says that, but I've heard people say that. I'm like, I don't know. Like, people were pretty much hating on Advanced Warfare like it was the gift from the devil or something like that. Honestly, though, all of the hate for Infinite Warfare is completely unnecessary. Now, if you want to compare the Battlefield 1 trailer to the Infinite Warfare trailer, the Battlefield 1 trailer wipes it out of the water. Like, I don't even know if that's a phrase, wipes it out of the water. I just made that up, but let's go with it. But basically demolishes it. But I don't think it's because Battlefield 1 is going to be a superior game to Infinite Warfare. I just think the trailer for Infinite Warfare was poorly constructed. I think it was poorly edited. I think it was just put together very badly. And if you guys know or maybe don't know, but the DICE developers were on Twitter basically saying that it looked like a game from like 10 years ago. And I don't think it has to do with the quality of the game itself, but the way they put the trailer together was very kind of outdated. Whereas if you look at the Battlefield 1 trailer, and it did a very good job at raising that hype bar, raising that hype level, and it did what it was supposed to do. So does that mean Battlefield 1 is going to be a better game than Infinite Warfare? You can't tell by the trailers, but all the hate for Infinite Warfare is completely ridiculous, in my opinion. Because, basically for two reasons. People are hating it because of the time setting, and because of the assumed advanced movements that are going to be in the game. Let me tell you, a game taking place in the future does not ruin the game, okay? A game taking place with advanced movements, wall running, whatever it may be, does not ruin the game. You have to adapt. You have to learn to deal with the things that developers make for you. If you don't like that kind of stuff, then you can try a different game. There's plenty of options out there. But to sit there and complain about Call of Duty because it's taking place in the future and because it has advanced movements after collectively as a community you demanded for these changes to come, you're kind of biting your own foot off. I just don't see the logic in asking for change and then crying about it when change comes. It doesn't make any sense to me. And basically what I'm trying to say here is it doesn't matter what time frame Call of Duty takes place in. It doesn't matter if it's got boots on the ground or exosuits. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters at all. The people of the community are going to hate it. And it's a sad thing. And I think the community is what's killing COD. I don't think adding boost jumping and wall running is stretching too far out of its core. I think the games still feel like Call of Duty. They still play like Call of Duty. They still present themselves as Call of Duty. And to me, as a Call of Duty fan, that's what really matters. And if you're a Call of Duty fan, that's really what should matter to you too. You shouldn't care if the game takes place in the past, future, present. You shouldn't care if it takes place in an alternate universe. As long as it still has that feeling of Call of Duty, then I don't see why we can't just enjoy it like we've enjoyed every other Call of Duty. Because 2 years from now, people are going to be looking back on Infinite Warfare saying that that was a great Call of Duty, and the current Call of Duty is complete, utter ass. Anyways, guys, that's basically all I really want to say about it. So, like I said, my opinion sometimes goes against the grain. So if you don't like it, I mean, dislike the video. If you like it, if you agree with me in any sense of the word, then please click that like button. If you're new to my channel, I would appreciate it if you subscribed. But that's going to be it for me for now, guys. So stay tuned for a couple of emblems coming up this week. And I'll probably do 1 or 2 more commentaries. But I also got a supply drop video coming maybe tomorrow. And yeah, that's going to be it for me for now, guys. I'm Vile Self. Thanks for watching, villains. Later.